welcome to the Witch's Tea Party podcast. I'm the witch, Celeste. And here with me today are my co-hosts.
StareliaYumera.
And MintyYukime.
And MomokaVT.
And nothing's different. So we were
So
just
true.
talking before we started about Pokemon TCG. I don't really know anything about that, but I don't know if
Oh
you
my
guys
god.
wanted it.
Oh my god.
I used
oh my
to
god.
play competitively and was at one time ranked 67th in North America.
What?
Oh, was that in Masters?
Yeah. that was
Oh,
Masters.
nice. I've also played competitively and I've collected my entire life, but yeah.
I'm the
I used
type that used to open card packs as a kid and then do absolutely nothing with them and pretend that I knew how to play the card game with friends at school and my siblings.
That's so valid.
Yeah.
That's so fair.
I used to collect a lot, but whenever I moved from one city to another at one point, like everything I owned got stolen.
No.
And in that was like my entire collection of Pokemon cards. So I lost about like $2,000 worth of cards.
Oh
God.
no!
And
So
I was just
sad.
So
like,
many.
well, I am just going to stop caring about the Pokemon TCG now.
Yeah, that's fair. Just I'm done. It's not worth it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
My unrelated to Pokemon but Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I used to collect those also with my older brother, and he had quite the collection. And at the time we had a neighbor that lived upstairs. The house was like a duplex. Anyway, one day we were all out somewhere, and the kid that lived upstairs like broke into our house.
Oh my god.
Specifically to steal his Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh my god.
And on a different occasion, after we moved from that address, we ordered video games online, and they got sent there. And when we went to go pick it up, turns out the kid upstairs stole them and opened them. And when we went upstairs to like talk to his mother and get them back, he was hiding in his bathroom with the shower on, pretending to be in there.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
So wild.
It was
The
crazy.
lengths you will go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract. But
No, yeah, that's crazy.
there is also one thing I forgot again. What are you drinking?
Oh.
I assume nothing too crazy. I have vanilla chai tea.
Ooh.
That sounds yummy.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
I once again have water, as I always do.
Water again.
Look, water is
Momo.
a very important drink, and people
The
don't
spice
drink
of
it
life.
enough. So I am here to represent for water that you should drink water.
That's fair. You do need a certain amount of water per day, and I know I'm not reaching that limit.
Fair. Drink water
Yeah.
today.
You're supposed to drink 64 ounces every day.
Big milk propaganda would have you believe that milk is more hydrating than water, but no, it isn't. It's
Factually
propaganda.
Incorrect.
I keep seeing
Yeah.
it on billboards where I live.
That's so
Really?
disgusting.
Yeah, it makes me
Oh.
so mad. I'm like, shut up, big milk propaganda.
See, my drink of choice today is it's a raspberry lemonade like drink mix. It's really good.
Ooh.
That sounds really yummy.
Raspberry and lemonade sounds like a good combo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do only have water right now, but earlier, because I am kind of sick, I had some peppermint herbal tea with honey, and that helped my throat a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's
Ooh.
another thing. So this week's episode is a little different. Due to like scheduling conflicts during the week, we're actually recording this episode the day after we recorded the last episode. So forgive us if we miss any big events during the week. We'll talk about them in the next episode, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But during that time, Yuki got sick.
That's true.
in the
true.
1 day period.
I'm sorry.
She's sick
It's
now.
okay, it's not your
I've
fault.
like kind of been getting sick for the past couple days. I've like been on stream like
Oh.
sneezing and like having a bunch of sinus issues, but I was like, oh, it's probably just allergies. It's probably just allergies. And I woke up today, I was like,
It's not
not
allergies
allergies.
It's not
anymore.
allergies.
That same thing happened to me,
Uh.
kind of. Well, like, I thought I was getting sick, and I was like, nah, it's nothing. It wasn't nothing.
It was not
Yeah.
nothing.
So if
It
I
was at
sniff
this time
or
that Misty realized.
if I sniff or sneeze or anything, I apologize. But
At least we have you here with us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you still gonna try to stream and everything?
Probably not today, but
Well,
like
Fair.
yeah.
maybe tomorrow, probably Tuesday again, regardless of whether or not I'm sick. I'm gonna try to anyway.
Sure, Yeah.
Go wait, by the time this goes out, there'll still be time before Yuki's surgery, so make sure you check out her
True.
streams and incentives. You know, by the time this goes out, she might even be better again.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
That's so funny to think about. But yeah,
hoping.
I forgot what I was gonna
Oh.
say. It was something about the Pokemon topic.
Yeah, so the reason we brought up the Pokemon TCG if you listen to last episode, we talked a lot about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like the same day or the day before, finally Pokemon's new online TCG platform launched in beta, Pokemon TCG Live. It's not that I have it
Yeah.
open right now and am playing right now because I was in the middle of the match when we started. But
Oh,
I would never do that, but it is out now, and it's already so much better than the old TCG Online, if you're familiar with, which was a little outdated by 10 years.
just a little
Yeah.
outdated.
Yeah, just a little.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
And I totally
It
missed
was-
that conversation because before the recording, I wanted a bunt cake.
Mm.
Bun
So
cakes
I-
are so good.
Yeah, I got myself hyped up and I went there, and turns out they were closed.
Oh
I'm so
no.
sorry.
I'm really sad about it.
It's very valid.
Clearly, since we run a magical bakery, we should have just baked a cake for you.
You're right.
I'm sure the cakes that you guys make taste way better than nothing bunt cakes. Anyways,
I don't know. Nothing bun cake's pretty good.
they're so good.
I don't make too many bunt cakes, so I'm not really sure how to, but I would definitely be willing to learn.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm just
I,
looking at Yuki. She's living in a different timeline than the rest of us.
Am I?
It was really
Wait.
funny for a second.
Time
Oh,
travel
really? Lagging
Yuki.
really bad?
Yeah. The
can
the
try.
audio only listeners won't be able to see it, but it was pretty funny.
Here, I can try to fix that.
Yeah.
Quality button.
Yuki's like, no thanks. I choose my own destiny. I keep quoting that recently. Stupid TikTok.
Okay, I've resynced my time.
You're back in time.
I'm back.
I'm glad to have you back.
I'm
Welcome
not a hat in
back-
time,
back
but I
to
am a clock in
reality.
time. Thank you. Oh, there goes gravity.
Oh.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
Well, speaking of Pokemon Violet, it's only been a day since we talked about
Mhm.
it. On our timeline, because we're running on a separate timeline from our listeners right now.
Right,
But I'm still like having a lot of fun playing the game. I might be a little addicted.
Oh.
That's
How many hours
fair.
have you put in?
I haven't checked.
Oh.
I would tell you, but I don't have my Switch here, and I don't want to go get it.
I guess I
Okay,
can
fair.
check mine.
But
I
How
don't
much do I?
know how
Someone-
I would check that actually.
Well, when you save, it shows also if you go to like your Switch profile page, you can see.
oh yeah, you can see your games
That's fair.
played, and like it'll tell you how long.
Oh, it still says first played 2 days. So how much do I have?
Oh, I can hear it.
Oh,
Um,
oh, this is not.
But I wanted
shows
to
somewhere.
say, like, someone had a good point. They said that they were having a lot of fun playing the game, but that if someone were to ask them if they recommended it, they don't know if they'd be able to like recommend it to someone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel that,
I-
like,
I also feel that a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's just got so many issues.
it's
Oh,
yeah, it's
for
hard
sure.
to recommend it in the state it's in, at least.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
In theory, it'll
I
get
ju-
patches, and that'll be great.
Yeah. That's my hope.
In theory, I am hoping that it will continue to get like better and better, but man, I don't know. It does not feel the best.
Yeah.
That's okay. I have faith that it will eventually get better.
I'm sure they were just
Yeah.
rushing it out to have it out by holiday season,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, that definitely seems to be the case.
I believe this episode will be going out after Turkey Day and Black Friday. So, happy
Mhm.
Turkey Day. I hope that you had a good meal and spent time with your loved ones. And also, I hope that no one got, I don't want to say that. I hope that you got some good hauls
you?
on Black Friday. What?
Oh, nothing.
I was just gonna say I hope nobody gets stampeded, but that's a real thing that happens, and
Oh
I
God,
I
yeah.
really
Oh,
do
it's
hope nobody
scary.
does.
That is a
So
real
stay
thing, which
safe
is
out there.
wild.
Yeah. Oh, we did talk about this last podcast, but it's really funny because so many again, we're recording this a few days before Thanksgiving. There's so many things already on Black Friday sales. Every website it feels like already
Mhm.
has their Black Friday deals up.
Early
Or at
Black
least the
Friday
early ones.
sales.
Yeah, I feel like they go
Yeah.
especially hard in like the week of. Oh, you know what? This goes up on Cyber Monday, so
Oh, it does.
Get out
Happy
there and
Cyber
get those
Monday if you're
Cyber
listening day of
Monday
release.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Happy Cyber Monday.
Happy
Cyber
Capitalism Day.
Monday.
Woo!
Get some good computer deals or something.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Make sure to buy lots of cyber things.
Wasn't it just like last year that the 30 series of graphics cards came out? Or am I living in the
I-
past?
It was
Was
recently.
it even before
Yeah.
that?
It was pretty recently. I'm not really sure which or like when it was, but it was pretty recently.
I was just
Yeah.
trying to remember because I was like, wasn't that like really? I mean, they were impossible to get. No, they wouldn't have had
Oh,
Black
man.
Friday sales for those. They just came out.
Wait,
I don't know.
yeah,
what they
wasn't
did.
that was oh wait.
Was it
Because
last
I remember all the
summer?
NFT stuff made everything even harder to get for a while. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
because they were using the graphics cards to mine for like
Bitcoin
crypto
and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
It was about last year that like everything was absurdly expensive in terms of like GPUs. Like you couldn't get a
Oh.
3060 for under like $1,000, and now they're like
Yeah.
$320.
Yeah, the 30 series started in 2020, late 2020.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It feels like it's been a shorter amount of time than that, but I guess like that was pandemic time and
Yeah. It's hard to think that was actually 2 years ago now. Like that September timeframe is over 2 years ago.
That was, oh my god, I thought it was last year. It was 2 years ago.
It sure
Where's time
was.
going?
We're almost at the end of
Crazy.
2022.
It's hard when you're a timeless switch.
Yeah.
That's valid,
A
honestly.
year feels like a second, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I feel that because like same after you've lived like the first 5,000 years, the rest just don't really matter.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
They kind
I'm
of
still in
just
my
fly
first
by.
5,000, so I can't say for sure.
Yeah, I'm on that lower end. I don't know. I can't really say.
Star's got her own struggles being a human.
Yeah.
Oh, there was
It's
something
like a
I
job.
wanted to talk about, or we wanted to talk about a couple. Was it last podcast? The VTuber companies, agencies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think at the time this goes up, there's still some that are recruiting, but I just wanted to talk about like our thoughts on maybe like VTuber groups and corporations.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
they're in general, I think a lot of them are good because, like, that's what gave VTubing its start, right? Like, you think of VTubers, you think of like Kazunai in the very beginning, and like
Yeah.
uh
What was it? Kaguyama Luna?
oh yeah.
And a few others.
And after that you go like pretty much directly into HoloLive basically.
And like
And
most people that know
Kaguyama.
VTubers have definitely at least heard of HoloLive.
Yeah. It would be
Yep.
more shocking if you hadn't heard of HoloLive at this point.
yeah, definitely in a lot of ways. So I think VTuber groups are definitely have their place. I do think that as we go further, like the only way that VTubing kind of evolves is through groups like VShojo, right? At least in my opinion,
That's
because
Yeah.
true. They kind of like
it lets
set
creators be
trends,
themselves and create their own schedules and their own style of content while still
and they have like
maintaining the like group dynamic.
yeah, and then they
Mhm.
get like the funding
Mhm.
and the backing to do it, which is like that's the difference for those that don't know between like a group and a agency or a corporation. Usually an agency or a corporation has some kind of like support they give towards their talents, like financial support, or maybe they supply the models, that kind of thing. Whereas
Yeah,
groups are usually just like a thing made between a group of friends, and
Yeah.
more often than not, those end up like disbanding. I feel like.
almost.
Yeah.
I don't want to say without fail, but it is definitely more often than not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a guaranteed. Like, there are still, oh my gosh, I'm blinking on their names. But there's definitely some that, are still around and, like,
Right.
Which is
they
really
just kind
cool
of
to
do stuff together.
see.
They just kind of, like, exist together, but they're not necessarily, like, actively engaging with each other exclusively. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, we were part of an unofficial, like, VTuber group, kind of as a joke, but
Yeah.
That's true.
those who aren't aware of the Piss Babies.
Don't ask about that.
The classic good old time.
You don't speak
Yeah.
that name.
That was a
I
good
haven't
time.
heard that name in years.
Yeah, a VTuber group is a funny idea because it's more or less just like a slightly more official friend group.
Yeah.
Whereas an agency is like actually like a corporation that is supporting VTubers. And I'm excited to see that there's a couple of agencies that are now kind of encouraging more of that like group behavior sort of like
Yeah.
Shoujo does, and like Kawa is the one that I recently was like talking about. I think I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast at all.
I think
I don't think
we
we did.
meant to and then we didn't. But Kawa
Oh.
Entertainment is one of the I don't are they a corporation or an agency? I never know what to call them.
I
I
both.
think it's an agency. I don't know. They're currently accepting applications, so we were thinking about talking about it then and then we spaced it.
Technically, by the time this episode goes up, they'll still be accepting applications because they'll be on for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and they
it's
seem very supportive of their talents, and I love to see it.
it's really cool because like they are just sort of there to support the talents. They aren't necessarily like paying them the same way that like HoloLive or some other agency might be, but they are like getting them
Yeah.
merch and getting them like set up the cons and like doing a bunch of cool stuff for them. So it's kind of nice to see. It's like an interesting spin on how VTuber groups work and how VTuber like agencies work, kind of.
Yeah. And I mean, that's still a lot of help, especially for new people figuring it out. Like, just having that backing at all to be able to do stuff that helps you. Like, I mean, I have some friends who are in agencies and stuff that are pretty like smaller overall, but like it gives them a lot of opportunities you might not be able to get otherwise. Like, again, the convention appearances that a lot of people, like one of our friends, Kitsune Spirit, May, she was at she appeared virtually for a Canadian convention, I believe.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I'm
that's really cool
blanking on the
too.
name.
VTubers attending cons like virtually.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's been happening
That's
for
become
like
a pretty big
while,
thing, I
but
think.
yeah, it's just really
it's
cool
really
to
cool.
see. Maybe
really cool to
someday
see.
you'll see one of us at a convention.
Oh, that would be the oh my god, to virtually meet someone at a convention. I can't even imagine what that's like. That's so cool, but so
It's weird to think about, but
interesting.
like, yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to do that someday. But for that to happen, it does really help to be part of an agency or that
Mhm.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You could like try to set up your own booth maybe as like an art vendor or something if you were going physically, but to set up like a virtual booth by yourself would probably be really hard.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think
I mean,
Techie Cutie does her own because she's a pretty big artist too.
oh,
So I
okay.
think she
That
does
makes
her
sense,
own
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like it also like if you were like okay, the thing about VTubers and like again for the audio listeners who don't know, we're all VTubers on a screen right now. If you watch the YouTube version, we're VTubers. But the thing is, like, so a lot of people, especially VTubers, aren't really comfortable showing who they are IRL. So con appearances, like some of you might be asking, like, okay, well, why don't you just go to the con? Well, some people might not be comfortable doing that. And like at least letting people know who they are in person. A lot of
Yeah,
people hide their appearances. VTuber culture is a little. Everyone does it differently, but it's a lot different from just normal standard streamer culture.
I think if I were to do it personally, I would have to be in cosplay as my character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fun. That would be very fun.
Oh,
That would be
That would
fun
yeah.
to
be really
do.
cool.
I've seen some people do that. It's so cool. I love it so much. Moogie did it. That's who, I couldn't think of the name. Moogie just went to a convention cosplaying as her VTuber.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
that's really
Oh,
It was
cool.
okay.
so cool.
I
That's
know
the
like a
dream. I
Lumi
hope to
YouTuber
do
does
that
it
someday.
too.
Yeah, Lumi does
Mhm.
it a lot. And she
Mhm.
looks so much like her character when she does the cosplay. It's very
Right? I'm so
cool.
jealous.
Yeah.
Speaking of cosplays, I have this Ganyu cosplay and I just got the wig in for it. And I spent like 2 hours last night trying to make it look good, and I couldn't. I hate cosplay wigs.
Oh
Aw.
no.
No.
Wigs
Oh,
are a
no.
pain. You're so valid.
Yeah. I haven't really spent much time with cosplay wigs, but like they just seem the worst.
They're
Because the
so
little bit of
difficult
experience
to
I've
deal
had with
with.
them is just like, how do you even make a new thing?
Mhm.
I don't
They're
know how
such a
to like
pain.
style it right, and then like I don't know if it's just the shape of my face, but it just looks so weird on me. I've
Oh.
done cosplays before, but I usually choose ones where I don't need to wear a wig.
Right.
Like my normal hair will suffice.
Sure, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I see. I recently I cosplayed as Giyu from Demon Slayer, and I saw that like the listing had the wig separately, and they had a styling video for the wig,
Oh,
and
no.
it was like 3 minutes long, and I watched them spray it with hairspray for 3 minutes and said, you know,
That's too
Oh
much.
I'm
God.
good. I'm good. I don't think I'm gonna do that.
That's
Yeah.
so much hairspray.
I have a
I
lot of
know.
respect for people that cosplay with wigs, though, that can get it to work right. Because oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
I,
terrible part is I would need a big wig for either of my designs.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, if I ever cosplayed my design, can you imagine these hair drills? Oh my God, it'd be so much
Oh
work.
my god.
Oh, you'd need so much
Yeah.
hairspray.
I need to hit up my like Danganronpa friends who cosplayed Celeste because she has the big hair
Oh,
girls.
yeah,
And they had
fair.
like they have like these crazy setups where they're like these huge like plastic pieces that have like wig hair wrapped around them, kind of. But like it's so much.
Oh no, my phone died.
Oh,
Oh no, Misty has
Uh-oh.
been locked in the
I'm
void.
locked in time.
it's like I can still hear her voice. I miss her already.
Oh no.
Where did she? She's just staring off into the
Just
void.
staring into space.
Oh,
Oh, wait, what?
Adios,
They're
nurse.
there.
You can imagine that Mistia has
Oh, there we go.
lost her soul, but her hands remain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Oh.
Okay,
oh
sorry.
my god.
That emote that
She's
I can
back.
do just looks like it. I'm back.
We did it.
We did it. So right before I came on, I typed in the chat. Whoops. Right before I came on the podcast, I was finishing up an anime I've been watching recently. And I mentioned it a couple episodes back, but it was Romantic Killer. And first of all, I think it's cute and it's fun. It's a good time, but it got me thinking. So like, you know how either otome anime or like some kind of harem anime where there's multiple love interests?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see an anime have like the main story episodes and then have multiple last episode air quotes where each last episode shows like what would happen if they went down like this route with this character.
Multiple
like,
different paths.
Yeah, so like maybe there's like 16 total episodes, but this main story ends at episode 12, and then the rest of the 4 are like the 4 different love interests like wrapping up together.
Oh, that's really fun. I like
I
that.
don't know if you've ever seen Clanad or if anyone in the audience has, but there's a couple of like OVA spin-offs where they go down a path where it's like, what if these characters got together? So
yeah, the
Oh.
Tomoyo, I think, or something.
It's a really cool idea. I think that's really neat.
Oh.
Yeah, because like
Really,
they do
I've actually
it
never. Oh, sorry.
in the visual novels, like they have different routes you go down, right? But like I've never seen an anime just do. I guess thinking about it, maybe they would have too much to go through to get to the
Sure.
ending for each character. But if the main story stayed mostly the same, and then each character could have an ending, I think that would be a really neat idea.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. I would love that kind of show. Otome game, but it's an anime.
Yeah,
That's a really
Agreed,
cool
yeah.
idea.
just multiple endings. There's like the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya did something
Oh
like
gosh.
not like what I'm talking about, but they did something different where I think there was an airing order on TV, so like the order they aired in versus like
I remember this. Oh my
you could
god.
watch the episodes in a different
Okay.
order to get like a different story basically.
Yeah. If you were trying to follow along as a viewer, it was a nightmare because nothing made sense.
Right. I wasn't one of the people that was part of that, but I heard about it afterwards and was just like, what the hell?
I watched it like on my own after it was done airing. So I think I don't remember which order I watched it in first, but I did end up watching through both orders. It was just so long ago, I can't really remember. But that was like such a weird but cool concept, and I kind of like when
Yeah.
anime and shows go like the extra mile for that kind of thing.
To just make a unique
Yeah.
experience. I love that.
Have
It
you
is
guys
really,
been
really cool.
watching anything recently?
The one that I've been mostly wanting to keep watching is Bocce the Rock.
That
Oh,
show is so
yeah.
cute.
It's so cute, and it's 100% worth every ounce of time that you give it, because my god, it just nails every ounce of the like, hey, you have social anxiety in
Oh,
such a perfect way.
She just like me, for real, for
she's
real.
just like
Yeah,
me.
It's so cute.
because it does a thing where like specifically Bachi like wants to be like in a band, and that's like first episode. It's not the spoiler, and it focuses on the like social anxiety of her trying to get over all of her own like anxiety and insecurity in order to like
Right.
genuinely be a part of a band, basically. And it's
Aw.
way over the top, and obviously not everybody has the same like dream of I want to be in a band, but everyone has like a little bit of that like relation to like, oh, I feel awkward in this situation, oh, I feel like anxious about this thing or this interaction, and it just perfectly encapsulates that in a way that just like grabs you and is like, hey, you're just like this person. And it's so good.
That's such a
Hashtag
cute
relatable.
idea.
It is, because I feel like a lot of people could relate.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people in the internet space have like those who like me, like literally me, for real, but that anxiety is there, and like I think there's been some other anime. I mean, like when anime tackles this topic, is almost always like super over the top because like
Yeah.
it reminds me of Comey Can't Communicate, which if you've seen or read, pretty over the top most of the time, but it's that same idea of like someone who's really, really struggling with anxiety, but trying to relate to people and make friends, or like Bochi's obviously more specifically directed at something else, but like
Yeah.
those
It like
feelings are there.
it feels more real than that in a lot of ways, though, because even though it is like ridiculous and over the top, it's like not to like demean Comey, because I do love Comey. I think it's a really fun show. But it's not really someone you would relate to exactly that is completely unable to speak at all, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. Whereas like
yeah,
a lot of the times Bochi's anxiety, sure, it's like cranked up to 10 or 11, but it's like, oh God, same. I feel that. Like it's such like a
yeah.
relatable, like, oh yeah, that's stressful, like kind of
Maybe
thing.
a bit more like grounded.
Hmm hmm
I
Yeah.
I love it. I
Part of
highly
what I love
recommend it.
about anime is like how over the top it is sometimes. I was
Mhm.
actually
Yeah, definitely.
watching Romantic Killer, and not to spoil any of the plot, but there was a couple parts in it where I think I'm just so not spoiled, but like I'm so used to worse things happening in anime and stuff like this, like when a bad thing happens where I'm like, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they're
Yeah.
making this a
Yeah.
big deal and it just doesn't feel like it's that bad, but it actually
Yeah.
is. Like if it happened real life,
Mm-hmm.
it would be terrible. If you've seen the anime, you probably know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to get into details. But like
Mhm.
it's stuff that if it happened in the real world, it would be horrifying and terrible, but like in the anime, I'm like, "Huh. I thought it was going to be worse."
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, it is called Romantic Killer, so I think I might have an idea of what might happen.
Hmm.
I
But
won't
yeah,
say
I get what you
anything.
mean. Like, things that are definitely bad. Okay. Like, I don't mean to get into this too much and like call people out, but like, My Hero Academia, first chapter, first page, or not first page, first chapter, first episode. Like, Bakugo tells Deku to go jump off a bridge and kill himself, and like,
What?
it's
Oh,
played,
wow.
Oh
it's
shit.
played
Same.
for comedy because this is a shonen anime, but like. That'd be
Yeah.
a serious problem if this happened IRL. Like,
And it's just
and
casually in one of the most popular anime series.
yep,
I've
Like,
never
yep.
actually watched it, but that's so wild.
they kind of like they pretty up the language so it's not as brutal because I think it's more like a go jump off a bridge or like whatever. But it's like
It's pretty
you,
bad though.
it's
Like,
like not good. Yeah, they don't
Mm-hmm.
I wonder
like that
if
doesn't make
like
it good.
wow, this got me thinking like about deeper stuff now. Like I wonder if people take that mindset from watching anime and how everything's always so over the top that they bring it to like VTubers. Cuz I feel like a lot of times people just
Yeah.
either ignore the fact that VTubers are real people or they somehow forget. Um
yeah, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
too surprised. You can see a lot of like little threads of like problematic behavior in anime kind of manifesting into like actual people and like chat on Twitch or like even
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
YouTubers, like content creators. Like you can see people that pick up some of those behaviors, and it's like, I know why you're like this, but like,
That
stop.
maybe
doesn't make it
don't.
okay.
Well, I mean, like, think about like just we talked about it a little while ago, but the idea that like a lot of people have to keep being told that there are real people behind the avatar in like VTubing, right?
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
it a lot of people take it as like, oh, this isn't like a real person. It's okay to say whatever horrible fucked up shit that they want.
Or act like
yeah.
you own them when like a
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
VTuber
Mhm.
especially with like big corporation VTubers. If a female VTuber from Hololive collabs with a male VTuber, like the fans go
Mhm.
insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think
which
that
is like
happens
a
with
holdover from like idol culture, and it's terrible.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of
Culture
idol
is
culture.
awful.
It's not healthy.
It's some of the worst like level of parasocial like just encouraged behavior
Mm-hmm.
that could possibly exist.
Yeah, it's not healthy.
No.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just it's really bad.
it's
really
so bad. But about like, so the other day, I post pictures of myself on my Twitter sometimes. And I got someone commenting saying, "So I'm taking it this is your graduation of making
Oh my
VTuber content
God.
or something like that." I got so mad. I was like, "Bro."
And for
I
those
thought we were
unfamiliar with VTuber
friends.
culture, graduation's like a pretty common term for people who just stop VTubing, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also think graduations are for indie VTubers highly unnecessary, but that's another topic for another day.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
but like I don't even keep the pictures up. I delete them after some time, which I feel pressured to because I'm a VTuber. And I was just thinking of how stupid that is. Because like
Yeah,
we are
no,
real
definitely.
people. I bet the audio
Mhm.
listeners listening to this don't even know we're VTubers.
I don't know if you heard, but we are VTubers, by the way.
I'm not a VTuber. I'm really into Kitsune. I'm an actual anime character. There's
Prove
no
it
real
right
system
now.
behind it.
Prove it right now.
Uh,
Prove it right now.
okay.
Oh my god, she's
Oh.
gone.
Oh, she ran.
It was the only way.
Sorry, it was too much pressure. I got
It's
kind of
okay.
scared.
Oh.
You really proved it though.
Yeah. Okay, I believe you now, honestly. You ran pretty fast. That does seem pretty Kitsune-like.
Oh yeah, anime. Has anyone else been watching anything recently? I kind of need something new to watch now that I finished that.
You should start watching Dragon Prince and also Bocchi the Rock.
Dragon Prince is so good.
That's the
I've
one
heard
made
good
by
things.
the people that make Avatar, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it is.
Oh.
And it is probably, in my opinion, better than Avatar.
Oh, really?
In almost
agree.
every way.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh.
not to discount Avatar at all, because Avatar is great, but like, Dragon Prince is just like, what if they took all of those same ideas and concepts and like themes and everything you love about it, but also like matured it and made it grander and more fantasy,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's just very, very nice.
it's a little bit closer to your typical D&D kind of medieval fantasy, but it's also still got a nice flavor to it, that kind of like Avatar sort of like finesse to the like magic system, I guess, kind of.
Right.
It's just really cool. It's just a really, really cool set of like characters and character development. The dialogue is all top tier. Every step of the way, the show wows me and is like every single step of the way, I'm like, oh my god, they did it. Those Mad Lads, the writers are so good. The dialogue's so good. Oh my gosh, that I'm on the edge of my seat. Like it's just really, really great. The only thing I'll say is that there are some frame issues in the first couple of episodes where it like kind of looks like there are missing frames. And I think that was a stylistic choice at first, but then after a couple of episodes, they were like, wait, we should stop doing that. People don't like it.
Wait,
So
maybe don't.
it does get better. Some people are bothered by that, I know, but it's really, really worth it. I think it's really, really great.
I've
Yeah.
never finished Avatar, to be honest with you, but
Oh.
from what I had seen of it, I did really like it. I don't remember what happened. Like
Was that
sometimes when I'm in the middle of watching something long, I'll get distracted and then never go back to it. And it's
Oh,
not because
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
like the thing that I was watching. I just forgot.
Yeah,
Every
I've
season
done
of
that.
Dragon Prince is only like 9 episodes, so it's very easy to like go through one season, take a break, watch something else, and come back to it.
Well, that
It's
sounds
pretty nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure my pea brain could handle that.
Bite-sized little seasons for Mistia to devour.
As a treat.
like little tiny bundt cakes, but for anime.
Yeah.
My bundt cake.
Would you like to explain the bundt cake situation?
Well, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I had really set myself up for these bundt cakes today. From this place called Nothing Bundt Cake, which I believe is
Oh my god.
in multiple places in the US. They make really good cakes though, and I went to go get one before the podcast and they were closed. And I didn't get to have bundt cake.
No.
This is Mistia oppression.
It's the
I
worst.
agree.
This is the worst day. Nah,
so
I get
sad.
to hang out with my besties doing our podcast, so you know what.
Oh my
That
god,
makes
we're
it
your
worth it.
besties?
Oops, I accidentally
Aw.
told you I didn't. I mean, it's not like I like you guys or anything.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Right.
I was worried for a sec. Whew.
But baka.
Ba-
Yeah.
yeah, and all that.
Baka. I'm sorry, I'll never do that again.
It was cute. It's fine.
No, it's
Yeah.
great. It's perfect.
Agreed.
I forgot what else I was about to say something. This happens to me all the time.
That's fair.
I'd ask if we've been playing any games recently, but I already know the answer is Pokemon, and we talked about that yesterday.
I've been
here,
playing
I can.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I've also been playing Splatoon 3 a lot. The Pokemon Splatfest happened last week. Well, for us at the time of recording last weekend, which was the 3 Pokemon types, the 3 starter types. Water won, which I was not on the team for. Big man won.
Man.
With the water type, and I'm very sad because I was on grass with Shiver.
Lamb.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I'm gonna say something controversial about Pokemon.
Well,
Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
I've braced myself. Go ahead.
I don't know why everybody makes a big deal out of the starters. I don't care about them.
Oh, really?
I know we literally talked about like which starter we were picking last week, but like I don't
Oh.
care.
Speaking of, how did your poll go?
Oh yeah, we had the poll. Let me find that.
So true.
But I don't know. Is it just me? I level up my starter until it evolves, and then I put it in the box, and I never take it back out.
No, that's fair. I typically tend to leave my starter in my party the whole time, unless it's a starter I don't really, or a generation that I don't really care about any of the starters, which I think this is going to end up becoming one of those for me.
I actually like all
yeah.
3 starters this time. I just don't like over the Pokemon I normally like. I just don't care.
That's
Right.
fair.
Yeah, I found myself considering boxing my my starter just because like there are so many good options in this game. Like normally when I play a Pokemon game, I do keep the starter throughout the entire playthrough, level it up, evolve it, it gets to the Elite Four with me. But like in this game, there's just so many cool Pokemon that I want to have on my team. 6 slots is so few. I've been considering maybe swapping out the starter for something else, especially because they have the addition of the Terra typing. So like
Yeah.
if you find an old Pokemon that you liked before, but now it has a cool new Terra type, it's like, ooh. So like I'm just really torn as to whether or not to keep it in my party, but I do typically keep them.
I used to. It's just like in the later games that I've played, I'm just like, you know what? I would rather have this old favorite of mine in the team instead.
Right.
That's super fair. Yeah, I will say this generation of Pokemon so far has not given me like any single Pokemon that I've been like, I like that design.
Oh,
to be
there's
fair,
one for
I
me.
haven't seen all of
Oh,
them.
shit.
So
I don't.
because
I don't
haven't,
know
like,
if I
spoiled
want to
myself.
talk about it because it might be a spoiler, but there's one I really like.
That's fair.
Oh.
I just haven't like spoiled myself on the decks at all, so I don't know all of the Pokemon yet.
All of the new
But-
Pokemon I've seen, I'm kind of with you though. I'm kind of like
Yeah.
they're okay. I don't hate some of them.
One of them is
Right,
literally.
right.
Surely you guys have seen the flamingo.
I hate the flamingo.
What do you mean
Flamingo.
flamingo?
Flamingo.
God.
Flamingo?
That's not the one I was
God.
talking about, but the one.
I-
Oh my god, I really want to talk about it.
I will. Okay, I'm gonna spoil a little bit about Flamigo here. if anybody doesn't want that, I'm sorry. But
Skip ahead 30 seconds.
its neck is like twisted into a knot,
Wait,
and
it
is
is?
still
Oh.
its neck, and that's horrifying.
That is
And I
horrifying.
really, really hate it.
It's just an angry
it's not-
flamingo, I think.
It's not like horrifying in the way of like creepy like things of Pokedex's past with like Drifloon stealing children or something. It's
Yeah.
just like that's an abomination. Why does it exist?
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna
Okay,
talk about
but-
them too much, but Tandem Mouse,
Oh,
if you know what
yeah.
that is, I
Oh,
love
I
it.
just saw them today.
love it.
I
And
haven't seen it yet, but
I've
heard.
there's a pink. No, wait, I won't describe it. I think it's called Tinkatink or something.
Oh
I
my-
see.
I love it.
That's a cute name.
I won't.
It's a pink
I won't spoil you guys, but it reminds me of a certain Sonic character.
Oh. Oh.
But
I
I won't
see.
say anything else.
I am very excited for that then.
I'm sure by the time this
Yeah.
episode actually comes out, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like,
Probably.
and anyone who's been playing the game probably knows. They have to know by this point if they've been playing the game. But like, we'll talk about it more next time, I'm sure.
Mhm.
After the spoiler territory has kind of settled a bit.
Yeah, you can come back now.
Right.
Don't go.
Wait, don't run. Come back, please. Please.
But I wasn't making fun of that Pokemon for being air quotes unoriginal, because like if you think back to Gen 1, we had like Krabby, which is literally just a crab, and
Yeah,
Seal, which is
right.
literally just a seal.
And to be fair, I don't need them to be like unique ideas or designs. I just want them to be like unique takes on something.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that's
like,
fair.
There were a lot of things in Gen 1 that were quote unquote bad, right? But like at least, I don't know. At least there were interesting concepts in terms of like unique animals, because like whenever Pokemon first came out, crab was not like a commonly eaten dish. It was mostly for rich people, so a lot of people didn't think about crabs that much.
Yeah, and
And
honestly,
Right.
the
if it
internet
wasn't
didn't
Gen
exist, and it
1,
wasn't a meme thing. So
yeah, if Krabby wasn't Gen 1, nobody would probably ever think about it even.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show, like, even though it's like not that interesting of a design, it doesn't make it bad, but it also doesn't make it memorable at all.
mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know anyone out there whose favorite Pokemon is Krabby.
There is
But-
someone.
But it says cookie.
I'm sure there is someone, and they're gonna come at me. The one Krabby fan in the world.
The world's #1 Krabby fan's gonna send us an email going, "What do you mean you don't like Krabby, the best Pokemon that's ever been made?"
You
It
hating
has
on
the
my
move
favorite
Crab Hammer.
Pokemon makes me a little crabby.
A lot of
Oh
people.
my god.
A lot of people talk down on Voltorb and Electrode as like unimaginative designs, because they're like, oh, it's just a Pokeball. And every single time I have to just be like, right, but that's what makes it so cool, is it's just a Pokeball. But it's a Pokemon pretending to be a Pokeball, so you won't
Yeah.
attack it, because
And then
it's
And
Evolution.
a Pokeball is a unique design in itself.
yeah.
It's like
Well, then
like,
the Hisuian form is the old Pokeball, so like
Mhm.
Right. And it's
it
neat
has a
because
different
it's
typing.
like it's a fantasy thing that exists within the universe of Pokemon, right? So like it's different to copy like an ice cream cone, which exists in our world, than it is to copy a Pokeball, which is exclusively a Pokemon world item, right?
Right.
Mhm.
okay, but Chandelure is a
Is the
chandelier,
best
but I fucking
Pokemon.
love it.
I love it.
I love
I never-
Chandelure so much.
It's one of my top
That's what I
3.
hate about the narrative, is it just became this like, Pokemon based on item, bad. Ice cream Pokemon, bad. Trash
Yeah.
Pokemon, bad. Like,
Okay, but Garbodor is bad.
I hate
I love
Garbodor.
Garbodor.
Trubbish is
I
cute though.
ironically loved Trubbish and Garbodor so much. I
love
hate them, but I
Trubbish.
love them.
I hate Garbodor.
Also, fun fact for my TCG players, since we mentioned it earlier, Garbodor, for whatever reason, is always broken in the TCG, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's because Muck was really strong in the
Yeah.
TCG for a bit, so they
It's
were like, it's the same.
It
they keep
basically
giving
is
it
like
like
new Muck,
very
isn't
strong
it?
abilities.
Yeah. It's usually things about it, like they're thematic abilities because it's like, oh, you
Yeah.
are a trash thing, so you throw away all the other Pokemon's abilities and they can't use those. But
Yeah.
it's so strong.
Yeah, there's I looked it up. It's Garbotoxin, which is I think this is I think Gen 6. Gen 5 or Gen 6, whichever. Yeah, if this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, each Pokemon in hand, in play, have no abilities, which is
Yeah.
That's
at the
crazy.
time an insane ability in the card game.
Yeah. Whenever like every single deck, because that came out in Black and White, right?
I'm trying to remember, but Garbotoxin, Garbodor, I think it's Gen 5 or Gen 6 for sure. Oh, it's Breakpoint, it's Gen 6.
Oh, okay. Then it was after I had been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mostly stopped whenever Black and White started to come out because
Right.
that was the year that I went to nationals and got to 67th or
Ooh.
something like that. I don't remember.
National or Worlds?
Just nationals.
Oh, okay.
I
Still, that's
couldn't
really
afford.
cool.
I couldn't afford the plane ticket to go to Worlds
Yeah,
because it was in like
yeah.
Hawaii or London or
Oh
Japan.
God.
So,
Yeah. They had a bunch in continental US in a row, and now it's back international, I believe.
mhm.
It makes sense, but yeah, that
I
sucks.
would love to have the money to be able to travel.
Yeah.
Right.
One day.
Before we move on
One
too
day.
far, I did post the poll for the
Oh
starters.
yeah.
So out of the 3 new starters, here's the poll up on the screen for the visual listeners. Out of Weedcat, Fuecoco, and Gay Duck, Weedcat is first with a 55.7%. Fuecoco is second with a 27.6%. So there's a pretty big disparity there just
Yeah.
between first and second. And then
The
Gay
poor
Duck
duck.
has 16.8%.
The poor duck.
Yeah, and this is
I
out
still
of
haven't-
185 votes. So
Yeah, I still haven't seen Coco's like final evolution really at all.
I have.
It's like maybe it's fine. I don't know. I just Sprigatito is so cute
I
and
love
good.
Sprigatito.
It's so cute.
I think the
Love that
shiny
little
is
guy.
like white with
Oh,
I
really?
can't remember. I think I saw like the 3rd evolution of it shiny, and not on my game, of course. I was scrolling TikTok. My stupid TikTok algorithm has become tarot videos and Pokemon and nothing in between.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Yeah. The funniest thing about tarot is the more I learn about it, the more I understand the power-ups in the Binding of Isaac.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like,
it's
oh,
it's a cross discipline.
this makes sense now. Or the cards or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's funny because I've learned a lot of things because of the Binding of Isaac that I will then later learn about, like tarot cards or like what Ipecac is and things. And then
Yeah.
I'll be like, wait a second, I know what that is.
I've learned about a
Oh,
lot
that's
of
why
health
that does that.
conditions from the Binding of Isaac.
Right.
Like a fistula. I don't want to talk about it, but if you know, you know.
Oh.
There's a boss named that, so that
It's not
game is
great.
like the Binding of Isaac is such a strange game because one, the concept is wild and the monsters are disgusting and everything. Pretty much the whole game is disgusting, but as you play it, you get numb to it. And if you stream the game and someone comes in and they've never seen this game before, they're like, "Oh, what's happening? This is so gross." And you're like, "Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
this game is gross." Sorry, that's one of my favorite and most played games on Steam. So
You're valid.
No, yeah,
It's a
same.
good game.
it is. I just didn't mean to change the subject.
No, you're
I
fine.
literally played it on stream because you kept talking about it and playing it.
I'm
You're an
influencing
influencer.
her. I'm an influencer.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I can't believe it. I'm so proud of Missia graduating to becoming an influencer.
Thank you.
Good job.
Congratulations.
It was the graduation of YouTube.
Oh no.
Wait,
Oh.
no.
Oh. Rest in peace.
I
This
left
is so
that post up
sad.
longer than I intended to because of that comment.
Oh.
Man, I don't understand how people are so presumptuous is a nice way of putting it.
I just don't need people gatekeeping me when I'm trying to girl boss, you know?
Right.
Mhm,
Nobody needs that.
mhm.
We don't need that energy in our lives right now.
You know what we do need? There's some tea that needs to
These-
be spilled this week.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was
we
gonna
do have
say
some tea.
these sponsors.
Not yet, not yet.
We do. We're open to.
Yeah, no, definitely.
we're open
Helix
to
mattresses, if
sponsorships.
you want to hit us up.
Oh, I could use a new mattress, Helix mattresses. If you want to hit us up.
I have a very first world problem that needs solved that a mattress can solve.
Hey, a good mattress is very important.
Yeah.
Dollar Shave Club, if you want us to talk about how good they are for shaving your legs.
Or
hit us
Harry's.
up, you know?
DSC
Yeah,
or Harry's, either
I
of
don't
you.
have balls, but I can pretend that I do for you, Dollar Shave Club. If you
Or
just
like,
want to.
Hey, Manscaped. I don't know what you're doing, but hey.
Manscaped, I'll pretend I have balls for you. We can talk about it. Hit us up.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
If
Sorry.
Manscaped wants to come up with a new female-oriented.
Yeah. If you want to
Adam and
expand your
Eve?
brand, hey, we're right here.
This podcast is PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're say so. That's the VTuber thing. We're say so.
Oh yeah, we're say so. Exactly.
Do people still say that? Is that a thing that people still say?
I think people still say it on
Really
occasion.
hope not. God.
Not very much, at least.
The origins
I-
of say so is just so gross.
But people do still definitely
Yeah.
say lewd tuber like a lot.
Yeah, that's
True,
That's
true.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, let's spill
your
that
hashtag
tea.
lewd humor. Yeah, let's do it.
Spill that tea.
I think I'm the only one that hasn't read one yet, so I guess
Yeah,
I'll
go
do
for
it.
it.
Your
I
turn.
guess if I
Good
have
idea.
to.
Alright, whatever. I guess.
All right. I was 24 at the time of the incident.
Oh.
The incident.
Honest.
I was new to the hospital job, so I had a lot of things to learn. There was one nurse in particular who was friendly to me in the new days. She answered my questions, and she even gave me great advice. One day, we had a patient with abdominal pains. Homeboy claimed to be pregnant with the devil's baby. In parentheses, he was high AF. I took him for x-rays, but never got to see them because the patient ended up getting violent. See, I'm a guy, but I grow my hair very long to donate to kids with cancer. Aww.
Oh.
This guy thought I was a girl and made some comments about how I had a nice ass and what he wanted to do to me. This podcast is PG-13.
Oh.
He finally snapped when I told him to simply stay still so I can take the x-ray in the deepest possible voice I can muster. Anyway, I ended up being moved to a separate section of the hospital where I was mostly just hanging out with kids and working with notes. Easy day
bad.
until near the end of the day, had a kid crying for a toy he couldn't find. It was a green Hot Wheels car he lost somewhere while walking around the hospital. Being a nice guy and bored and totally not trying to flirt with his mom, I decided to go look for it. It took me about 30 minutes, but I eventually found a green car on one of the trays just hanging outside the biohazard trash room. I was hesitant to give it back to the kid because, you know, it's next to dangerous trash. Yeah, that sounds like a bad idea.
Oh gosh.
I too am dangerous trash. Don't worry.
Relatable.
You're not trash,
Relatable,
but
just like
same.
me.
Alas, I took the green car back to the kid, but on my way there, I realized this wasn't a Hot Wheels car. It was a generic toy car. Even worse, when I returned to the kid's room, he was already playing with his own green car. So I'm standing there, thinking, pondering, and by God, maybe even contemplating, whose toy car is this? I simply put the car in my pocket and went on with my day. I only had a few minutes left in the day. For the next few days, I had this little car in my pocket. I would pull it out sometimes and drive it around the desks and pretend it was escaping a zombie-infested city. This went on for 3 days until finally my friendly nurse friend asked me what I was doing. I told her, and she simply asked me, "Is that the demon? You know, the rectal foreign body from our patient who tried to grab your ass?"
No.
I had been playing with a toy
No.
car that had been in a grown man's ass for 3 days, all because someone left it out of a biohazard bag. No!
Oh gosh.
That's awful. I'm so sorry.
I don't even know how to parse that.
That is amazing. And also terrible.
It's hilarious, but also, oh my god, I'm sorry.
It's amazingly bad.
It is amazingly bad. Thank you for sharing this very personal story with us. Thankfully, when you send in stories to the Witches Tea Party Podcast at gmail.com, you remain anonymous.
Yeah.
I'm dying. Oh my god.
That's insane.
Yep.
I was kind of wondering where that was going. After like the first half, and they stopped talking about the guy, I was like,
Yeah. Oh wow. I am so sorry.
I don't have any words of wisdom to offer here, but thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for
They're done.
sharing.
And also,
hopefully
I'm so
you
sorry.
were not possessed by the devil that was inside that little car.
No.
Maybe the person who sent this to us is now a like demon VTuber.
That would be so funny.
That's quite the demonic awakening. Like,
I mean, that
I
would
know
cause me to
Chainsaw
become a
Man's going
demon.
around right now, but like this is next level.
That would be such a funny VTuber backstory.
I accidentally played with a car that had been in a man's ass, and I became a demon.
It sounds like an old like Neander's joke. As
It
a
kinda
backstory,
does.
to be honest.
I love how chaotic she is.
Oh my gosh.
Well, always please send in new stories for us to spill the tea over, because we are running low.
We love spilling tea, especially me since I am a cat. Don't look at my ears. I am a cat.
Oh no, there goes my tea. I just spilled it. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Star, where can they send them to again?
Oh my gosh. Well, lovely listeners, you can send any stories or tea spilling to witchesteapartypodcast@gmail.com.
Do it. Send them in.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
There's a link in the description below.
Send us any stories, funny confessions, if you want some advice for something, but just keep in mind that we can't offer you legit advice and definitely not legal advice. Send them in.
Also, maybe not any actual drama that calls out people. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, we don't want that. It's called spilling the tea, but we just want to share funny stories. That's all.
Yeah, funny, interesting
Feel
stories.
free to try to cancel me.
You can cancel only Yuki specifically.
Her Majesty Queen MintyYukime.
Yeah, it's because I'm immune. I have
Yeah.
political immunity, but for VTubers.
Yeah, exactly. So where can they find the rest of us?
You can find me on Twitch at Mistia_Celeste, and hopefully by the time this comes out, I have gotten back to streaming again.
I believe in you.
I'm not sick anymore, so here's hoping.
Yeah.
He's the one who's got the sick now.
Yeah,
Yuki took it
unfortunately.
from me.
I will try not to transmit it.
It's because we sit next to each other at the table. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bad idea while some of us are sick.
Okay, Momo, you're next.
Oh, you can't make me sick. You can find me at twitter.com/MomokaVT.
And you can find me at twitter.com/MintyYukime.
Yeah, I'm on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and technically TikTok, I guess. But StareliaYumera. Yes, I did it. Oh, I did it. Now I did it to myself. Oh no.
I'm perceiving.
StareliaYumera, mostly on Twitch and Twitter. Also some places like YouTube at Starelia. Yeah.
Yeah, and does anyone have any I know we just talked about Yuki's fundraiser, which for us was yesterday, but for you guys it was last week. And it's still
Oh.
going on until the
Oh.
13th.
Until December 13th, which is my surgery date.
Yeah, so go check that out. I don't have anything super exciting to talk about this week, but hopefully by the time this goes out, I've gotten back to making my stupid story time videos and
Oh, those
streaming.
are fun.
Thank yous, though.
Yeah. For my side of things, actually, I can talk about this because this will air after this happens. This upcoming week, which will be last week for the podcast listeners and viewers, I'm sponsored by Genshin Impact, actually. I've got 2 Genshin Impact streams that should have already aired, so the VODs will be available on my Twitch.
I
Heck
also
yeah.
accepted that. I haven't done it yet.
Oh my god,
so
I
you
might
might
also
see
be doing
those
it. Oh
from-
no.
Oh
you might be
no, we're
seeing
all
that
playing
from
Genshin
Yuki
again.
and I as well. We're all Genshin players now.
Oh no.
I can never be a Genshin player.
I don't blame you.
I don't know, Momo. But what if you sign up though, using Yuki's code and get her some fat sacks of cash?
That's pretty
Look,
true. What if you did?
I will help people I know, but the only gacha game that I really play is Azure Lane, and it will probably
Fair.
continue to be that.
Azure Lane's Black
That's
Friday
fair.
sale got me. They got me. I had to
Yeah.
get some. I had to dress up my
Oh
ship girls.
no.
Listen, they deserve
going
only the
to.
best.
I'm going to, but I have to wait until I get paid.
That's
Fair.
All right. Well, that's the end of the podcast for this week. We will
Yeah.
see you next time when hopefully more fun, exciting things have happened during the week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.